Hey, Chris. What's going on, man?
Oh no, man.
What was I gonna ask you?
Me as a wild card.
Chris, what I want to ask you, why, sometimes you have really good games, you know, a lot of times you play very well, but there are times where people would say, like, hey, this guy's a good player, but he's like the king of throws, or he's the person that always overextends, or always makes a mistake and gets caught. Why are you so why do you show so little respect when you're the AD carry?
I will say, lots of times I go on tilt. If nothing's happening and I feel like I'm playing really well and like I'm getting really.
By
good
the way,
CS.
it's like 1 a.m. He's tired as fuck.
I get like lots of CS, you know what I'm saying? I haven't really died, got a couple kills here and there, and then I'm just playing the game and nothing's happening, and it hasn't been happening for like the next 10-15 minutes, and we're just like, we might have like 10k gold lead, but we're only having a 10k gold lead, and every minute that you have the 10k gold lead, if it's never changing, you're slowly losing your lead. So if nothing happens for the next like 10-15 minutes, I'll just be like, well, obviously what I'm doing is not fucking working, so I need to make something happen. And
But
then
that's
when
a
I
lot
start
of the
going.
times though. That's not the AD carry's job, right?
No, that's definitely not.
So
the
why don't you shout at the people you're playing with to go make some plays instead of you losing your cool and kind of suiciding?
Because it's people not knowing exactly what to do at the right time.
So how do you feel you as a team could get better than that, so you guys don't have the late game throws, if you will?
Play, it's not even play, just watch more fucking games of how people do, like how other people do it, like
how other people handle the situation.
yeah, exactly. Like the best way to learn or like to get better is like seeing what other people do, and then after you see what other people do, you try it out, and then you see like, oh, it worked for him. I tried it. It's like it didn't work as well, but I could improve on it. Then you improve like that. That's the easiest way possible.
Yeah,
and
just to give an example, like of what we're talking about, like Zuna going on tilt.
Yo, by the way, we got that crotch shot, double ham, you know. Anyway, we're gonna scroll up.
Pretty much.
Keep this PG rated, you know.
Yeah, keep it family fun, you know, family oriented. Well, pretty much against the CLG game last week that we lost. Obviously, we should have won that game. It was a close game, but we were ahead and we should have ended.
Did you guys win CLG? Beat CLG?
Yeah, I'm talking about the game before. The one the one we lost, the third game.
Was that
that was the one we towered at mid and just threw.
Double lift was Tristana?
Ezreal.
Oh, Ezreal, okay.
Yeah, well, pretty much that game, Chris had a really nice play on Ahri, and then Shen ulted, and Link got away, like, really, really, really close. He got away by his passive, which is a spell vamp on Ahri. And then Chris just went full retard mode and just suicided. And right after that, sure enough, Zuna's like, oh shit, I need to make up for that stupid play. Goes down right back bottom, doesn't expect Link, okay, just for anyone that doesn't fucking know, Link and Chris used to be on CLG Black together. Link knows Zuna as well as anybody that plays this game. Zuna went right the fuck back down the lane, and Link killed his ass right again. So one bad play led into two bad plays, which all of this stemmed from Zuna being emo, that his team threw fucking Ahri 3 kills at blue because they were just made a bad play there. So he's thinking in his head, God, my team is stupid for giving Ahri 3 kills. I need to make a play on this bitch. Then he tried to make a play on his bitch, which was a great move with the Shen. Almost killed her, but she got away, and then he got retarded, got even more emo, and then
so he got tunnel mind. He got tunnel vision. Yeah.
And then that led into another kill. So now this bitch has 5 kills instead of just 3. Because he's just on tilt. When he like,
and then the rest of the game, she would have just blown people up with that DFG.
She was blowing people up, but we still should have won the game. Like, that game was 100% throw on our part. You ask CLG, they'll tell you the same thing. You ask anyone that knows how to play the game. We threw that game because we tower dived them for no reason. Them coming back after we took 2 inhibs would have been near impossible. If it would have been near impossible. We would have got 2 inhibs. Would have got a free Baron, and the game would have been over. It's 99% chance would have been over. So
that was that game where Smithy had the nice Baron steal, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, wait, was that it?
think it
No,
was.
that was TSM.
Oh, that was TSM.
That was TSM.
Okay, so why? Tell us on that fight with TSM where Zuna landed the Ash arrow on Rumble and they're pretty far away, but it still wasn't a terrible engage, right?
Oh, okay. That fight led to the fact that Bloodwater on Thresh, he walked away to Wolves to save his own life, and Twitch was the only damage source on that team. Our Zac was charging up, and our Oracle left the fight, so Twitch became invisible, and they had an Elise that was like very low percent, like 10% life, and they had their support was 10% life, and the Twitch was like 90% life, and he just went invisible. Thresh left the team, and that was our only sight of way to see the Twitch. And so when he ran away, what happened was the Twitch was able just to it led for the Zac. The Zac went to E on top of the what's called slingshot. What's that skill called? E.
Yeah,
It's a
something like
slingshot
that, yeah.
move. He eat on top of the Elise instead of the Twitch because he couldn't see him. What this led to is the Elise repelled, which was really good by Big
Oh,
Fat.
you actually didn't watch that fight. It goes like this. Fucking, we initiate the fight. Fight happens. This is a good fight. Zed and Rumble both jump in. We kill Zed and Rumble for free. Every single person.
And Zed have that? Did he have the GA or the
Yeah, he had
Zanya?
GA. It popped up. We killed
Okay,
the
yeah.
GA, killed him again. Then we killed Rumble. Then 3 of them were backing up. Right when 3 of them back up,
Smithy went
single
crazy?
one, huh?
Was that when Smithy went crazy with the Wither?
Every single person on the team, we hit pause. It shows all 4 of the members running away. Besides Smithy. Smithy runs back in. He throws down a Wither. Right when he goes back just to throw in a Wither.
Shout out to our boy Smithy with that Filipino timing. yo, we Filipino too, so it's all good. It's all good.
So he throws down the Wither. He dies instantly because he goes in their range.
He just withers for no reason.
So
Spasms.
after he dies, fucking Benny, Ari, and me, Benny Cloud and me, we
So safe to say that's not something Medios would have done.
Yeah, definitely not. So all 3 of us turn around the second he dies, and we go back in.
Because you feel now that you lost someone, you need to.
Well, it wasn't that. It went down to like.
Why
Smithy
didn't
died for
Why
no
didn't
reason.
y'all just run away? Because it kind of just.
It's a snowball effect. Smithy died for no reason. Benny fucking turns around, charges up his slingshot on Zac. So the second I see that, I'm like, he's gonna go. I can't back up, or that's 2 deaths. So we both, and then Cloud's like, well, he's gonna go. So then, bait on bait on bait, and that's the only reason why we
But
lost that fight.
even though that happened, if I mean, it was already a bad situation from Smithy coming in, but
pretty much.
Bloodwater could have came in.
Yeah. Here's what
If he
happened.
landed his, if he
Here's what
matched.
happened after, let me finish. After the Nasus just suicided for no fucking reason, Thresh was headed out toward the Wolves instead of going with his team. What happened because of that was Twitch was allowed to go invisible and the Zac couldn't eat on top of them. What would have happened if Thresh would have stayed in back with
He had
his
Oracle
team?
on him, right?
Yeah. We would have been able to see the Twitch. If Twitch killed Thresh, he would have come out of invisibility, and then
Chris
then,
would have been
and
able
then
to kill him in time.
Zac would have eat
Eat
on
him.
top of the Twitch, and it would have been done. The game would have been over. But that just comes down to the point where Bloodwater in his head, like it's one of his weaknesses is that he likes to try to always stay alive instead of do what's best for the team fight, which is like no one's fucking perfect on the team. We're always trying to fix our weaknesses, you know. And but what I think was more important, what was more important than that was actually the fight before that. We had a really bad team fight where they charged us from their base in their tower, and Ari was separated from our team, and then Nasus, they odd one flash cocoon Chris, and then Nasus ran in front of him, but Chris didn't trust Nasus to tank it, so Chris blew his flash on Ash. And then what happened after that was somehow we allowed Benny pussied out, and then fucking our Thresh didn't do anything to peel, and the Zed just got to Chris, and he killed him, which was, it had to do with bad item choices by Zuna, but the team fight was just fought horribly bad by our tanks and our support.
So what if she had, what should have he had item wise?
He should have had a QSS.
And what did he have at the point at that time?
He had just had damage items.
Okay.
No, that's what's weird.
Yeah, so if he had a QSS there, the game would have been over. We just would have won it. But what it comes down to is that it's just mistakes, and they just need to be fixed. And when teams keep on fixing mistakes, they're obviously going to get better, or you're going to skill cap at a certain point. And we have not even come close to skill capping. We get better every fucking week. You know what I'm saying? So that's why I think the differences between us and other teams, they we're always just looking to improve, and we're humble as fuck, and there's no egos on the fucking team. Like if there's egos, they're not gonna listen to fucking like someone like me. Just like literally what I have, like if I don't like a fucking hero, I'll tell them, and we don't even fucking play that hero, even if they want to play it. Like, and that's how much respect that they have to me, that they feel like, okay, he knows what the fuck he's talking about.
Well, obviously, a lot of the teams that don't even have a coach right now, or the ones that have, analysts or what have you, they don't have someone that, eats, breathes, lives the game like you do. How, you guys have had so much success. Do you feel a lot of it is in part of them having a coach that helps them, and not only having a coach, but listening to the coach?
There's no point to have a coach if you don't fucking listen to him. Like, what's the point?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? That's just what I think. Like,
I mean, do you think, because let's say a team such as TSM, they did extremely well. They've always been a really good team, and they have very strong players. Mm-hmm. But do you feel like the fact that kind of how, I don't know if Reginald's their coach, but the fact that he's the owner, he's the person.
They don't have a coach.
He's the shot caller. He's the everything on that team. Do you think the fact that he's on the team really screws them up?
It's gotta be hard. It's gotta be hard for your player to play with your boss, because whatever he fucking says, it goes. Like, you can't. How do you argue with someone that's your boss? You can't. You fucking just can't do it. So that's obviously it's worked for TSM so far. So I mean, obviously it's working. But the other players on that team, it's Reginald's way or the highway. So they just have to follow him. And if he's wrong, they're all going to be wrong because they listen to him.
So but that not only puts a lot of,
so like you can't, like, they haven't been performing well as of late, but since TSM has been created, they've obviously been doing very well. So it has been working.
And they're not doing terrible.
They're not doing bad at all.
They're just not doing the best out of how they did.
They've just done better in the past.
Right.
But I think that also has to do with the fact that teams like us and C9 are we're teams that have just risen and gotten better.
Yeah.
And then the teams we keep on improving. And like C9, even people think, oh, C9.
You're gonna have to break this into like 30 parts because you're talking.
I don't care. Yeah. Like, people think like C9, oh, they're gonna be out. Their meta's gonna. I don't think it's gonna. If there's good, you don't get a record like they have right now without being good. If they are really too stupid to not fucking be able to adapt to a new meta, I don't believe in that at all. I think C9 is still going to be a very strong team.
Okay. For
Edited that up.
Coach on Vulcun Kenma. All right, when Riot interviewed you guys, you said something along the lines of a lot of the new fans of LCS, or even some of the old fans of LCS, are now all bandwagoning onto C9. And you feel like a lot of the TSM people are just, since TSM isn't number one anymore, they're jumping onto the bandwagon and becoming C9's new fans just because they're number one. And you feel that, if for some reason C9 was, I don't know, 4th, 5th place, or wherever TSM is now, and there's a new team that's going to be number one next split, that it would happen again and they would just jump on the new bandwagon as well. So can you explain why? Because a lot of people were really angry at you for saying that, and they, they took it out of context. Explain to me why, or what you exactly meant when you said that.
Well, basically what I meant was that I didn't think, first of all, it came out completely wrong to how, it was out of context to how I originally meant it to come out. What I was saying was that anyone that was a C9 fan that just became a C9 fan because of all the TSM hype that TSM gave C9, like, oh, we're screaming with them, oh, this and that, oh, they're TSM's brother team, they live next to TSM. All these people that are just become C9 fans because they like TSM, those are the people that I was calling bandwagoners. And the people that, if you love C9 and you're a fan you like them because they're good, or you like them because of their personalities, or you've liked them before, that's great. Those are good fans. Keep that up. I was just talking about the bandwagoners, and I feel like if you're not a bandwagoner, you wouldn't be angry at me. It's that simple. That's why people, when they're like posting like, oh, he's getting angry at C9 because they have fans because they're winning, but he wants fans because they're winning. That's not what I meant.
Well, doesn't everyone want fans because when they're winning?
Yeah. Like it's disheartening, you know, when we like Zuna, who he's obviously one of the best AD carries in North America.
Shout out to our boy Zuna, tired Zuna.
Like obviously I'm biased, because obviously I'm biased, but I think he's top 2, if not the best. He's the best when he is on his game. There is no better AD carry. Look at the last game against CLG. Yeah, double have made a flashy play, but guess what? Zuna blew him the fuck up in every fucking fight. So you're gonna tell me Double Lift, like, look at the last playoffs against CLG. Double Lift went like 0-8 or some shit, or 0-7 on his vein in the first game. And they showed no respect to Chris Estrasana. They didn't ban it out 3 games in a row, and they got destroyed. You know, that's just no respect to Chris. Like at the start of this season, if you go back, go Leaguepedia that shit, go look at the bans on the AD carries. Who the fuck got the most bans? Zuna got Kate and Trish banned out like almost every fucking game. You know what I'm saying? They're trying to say